children and in the way that they feel about themselves. What is your strategy behind this, and why do you find it to be so important, especially through this medium?
TikTok was a really big moment in my career because in 17, I was paying a lot of attention to Musical.ly in 15 and 16. I was an early investor in an app called Tumblr back in the day. And I thought it was gonna be bigger than Facebook and Twitter, which were two other companies I invested in during that time. And it was because I was fascinated that Tumblr was focused on the interest graph, not the social graph.
Gary, are you rich?
Sometimes.
Just playing, go ahead. I'm just messing with you.
And I was obsessed with Tumblr. I thought that what you're interested in was something really powerful, not who you follow. And I was in an interesting age when social hit. I was 31, 32, so I'd gone through the high school, college thing and was on the other side and realized how many people that you're friends with in high school and college, it's a different relationship and things evolve in your early 30s. And as everyone remembers, that's what Facebook was built on and early Twitter. And so it became obvious to me that interest was gonna matter. Musical.ly came along and it was the first platform that was around the interest, not who you follow. Obviously TikTok bought that.
Yep.
I explode on TikTok early. I yell and scream to all of you to jump on it. I know some of you did and that was good. I know a lot of you wish you did back when I was yelling about it. But what happened for me was my audience got dramatically younger. So instead of when I would go to the airport or anywhere else, 25, 27, 42-year-olds came up to me. Now all of a sudden in 2018, I have 13, 14, 15, 16-year-olds coming up to me. And I'm doing what I always do, which is I listen and I realize, and this is not some profound statement, but it was so real for me in this 1 year moment, 2 year moment. I was like, fuck, this 14-year-old is getting this and is gonna do something with this because he or she is not as molded and not as far along as a 25, 27-year-old. Back to sayings, meaning things, old dog, new tricks. It is harder when you've been in your ways for 35 years. It takes, a lot of people here know exactly what I'm about to say. It takes more work, real work to change up your shit when you've been doing it for 40 years one way. But when you're 14, you're still molding. So that was a huge chapter. It's been a very bright chapter for me. Feeling the effects of some of these kids in their early 20s that started to understand success was peace of mind, not a piece of paper, right? And so that was huge. And then I said, fuck it. I was like, 20 was good. I'm like, you know what's better than 20? 14. And I was like, you know what's better than 14? 4. I was like, fuck this, I'm going earlier. And so Meet Me in the Middle is an interesting book if you look at it. Like, it's positivity based on accountability. Eager Eagle and Patient Pig, they're fucking awesome. I love them.
Eager Eagle is you, man. Eager Eagle is you.
Eager Eagle is me. And you know what happens when you're eager or ambitious or hungry or want it? If you go too hard, you become sloppy. If you go too far in anything that is good, it becomes a vulnerability. Patient Pig, patience, we just talked about it. But if you go too far with patience, it becomes complacency. If you take patience too far, it becomes non-action or even worse, laziness. So what this is trying to teach kids is like, get your shit in the middle. This isn't left or right, it's the middle. This isn't blue or red, this shit's purple.
It's that balance.
It's balance. One of the biggest issues in our society, just to go on a real serious kick, because anytime I have a platform, I go there, we've become incredibly good at blaming technology for anxiety and depression. When you look at the data, I promise you, this will be understood sooner than later. It is the over-coddling and entitlement of modern parenting. It was well intended. A lot of us overcompensated for how our parents' generation did it. But when you start going to a place where you are getting kids into a place of complete no accountability, when you are paying for your 26-year-old's existence, they're not in a good place, I promise you. I promise you. And so when I had a kid come up to me the other day and he was like, I'm really fucked up, this, and he's all, and I was like, I said, stop taking your parents' money. Do you know that there's people out there taking money from their parents in their 20s and shitting on their parents?
Isn't that crazy?
It's fucking crazy.
That is.